Hey there. If you're looking at English and thinking, I don't even know where to begin, then you are in exactly the right place. Seriously, together, we're going to build your very first sentences starting right now, from absolute zero. You know that feeling? Maybe you get a little nervous, a little scared to even try speaking. You're worried you'll say the wrong thing or just freeze up. Trust me, that is a totally normal feeling. But here's the thing. For today, you can just let all that worry go. We are literally starting from the ground up, from scratch. You don't need to know anything to get started. This is day 1, minute 1. So here's our game plan. We're going to go through 6 simple steps. First, we'll get our most basic words. Then we'll learn the one simple rule to organize everything. After that, believe it or not, you'll be making sentences about today, yesterday, and tomorrow. And we'll wrap it all up with a little practice. Let's do this. You can't build a house without bricks, right? Well, in English, our first bricks are the words we use to talk about people, so we don't have to keep saying their names over and over. You might know them as pronouns. All right, let's look at our first set of words. I, that's you, the one speaking. He is for a guy, and she is for a girl. We is when you're talking about yourself and some other people. They is for a group of people that doesn't include you. And pay attention to you. It's a super useful word. It can mean just one person, or it can mean a whole room full of people. Okay, now for what is maybe the single most important rule for getting your sentences right. It's a little concept called person, and it's just a simple way of figuring out who's talking, who's listening, and who everyone's talking about. Think of it like this. It's really simple. Imagine you and I are having a chat. I am the one speaking, so I am the first person. I am speaking to you, which makes you the second person. Now, if someone else walks up and interrupts our conversation, they are the third person. See? I am first, you are second, and he or she is third. That's all it is. So let's see how our building blocks fit into that rule. I and we, that's the speaker, so they're always first person. You, the listener, is always second person. And everybody else, he, she, it, they, they're all third person. Getting this down is the real key to making sentences that just work. Okay, we've got our words, we have our main rule for organizing them, so let's get to the fun part. Let's actually put them together and build our very first sentences about what's happening right now. Now, to connect our people to a description, we just need one of 3 tiny little words. And the rule is so simple. For I, you always use am. I am. For any single third person, like he or she, you use is. He is, she is. And for everybody else, you, we, and they, you use are. Now check out how easy this is. You can say, I am a student. Great. But how do you say the opposite? You just add one little word, not. I am not a student. You are not busy. It works the same way for all of them. And just like that, you've literally doubled the number of sentences you can say. All right, but what about actions? Not just being something, but doing something. For that, we use do and does. And believe it or not, this rule is even simpler. If you're talking about he, she, or a single person's name, you use does. For everyone else, I, you, we, they, you just use do. That's it. Now, when we're talking about actions, making a negative sentence is just a little different. Instead of just adding not, you use these helper words do not or does not. So, I do the work becomes I do not work. And he does the work becomes he does not work. This is a really important pattern to get locked in your brain. Fantastic. You can now talk about things happening right now. But what about what happened yesterday or last year? It's time to learn how to tell your first little stories about the past. Remember am, is, and are? Well, was and were are just the past versions of those words. And the rule is almost exactly the same. If you're talking about just one person in the past, I, he, she, you use was. I was. He was. If it's more than one person, we, they, or if it's you use were. You were, they were. Simple. And you're going to love this. Guess what the rule is for making these sentences negative? It's exactly the same as before. You just add not. I was a student becomes I was not a student. They were busy turns into they were not busy. You see? Once you learn a rule in English, you get to use it again and again. Okay, what if you want to talk about something you owned or possessed in the past? You use the super simple word had. I had a dream. But, and this is important, To say you didn't have it, you don't say I had not. The correct way is to say I didn't have a dream. That little phrase, didn't have, is a really useful one for talking about the past. You're doing great. We've talked about now, we've talked about then. Let's look ahead. It's time to build on what you know and start talking about tomorrow, about things you have to do, and about things that might just happen. Now, this is a simple but really powerful one. Will is all about the future. I will play tomorrow. Simple. Would, on the other hand, is often used to look back at something you used to do like a habit. When I was a kid, I would play outside all day. So will looks forward and would often looks back. And with these three little phrases, a whole new world of things you can say opens up. Have to means it's an obligation. You must do it. Need to is about a necessity, something you require, like food. And may is for possibility. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. It may rain today. Wow, we have covered a lot. We've gathered all the tools we need to get started, but now comes the single most important part. It's time to actually put it all together and hear the sound of your own voice speaking English. This phrase, let's, which is just a short way of saying let us, is an amazing, friendly way to suggest doing something together. So I want you to try it. Say these out loud right now with me. Come on. Let's play. Let's study. Let's go outside. Feels pretty cool, right? That is the sound of you speaking English. Think about it. A few minutes ago, you were starting from zero. And now, right now, you have the basic tools to talk about your past, your present, and your future. So really, there's only one question left. What's the first thing you're going to say?